If you look in this cardboard right here, you could see where the paint came off of the handle and it's stuck to the cardboard. Hey, what's up guys? And today we have a highly anticipated, and I must say a highly requested review of the top 3 leveling rakes on the market right now. First up, we got the Ryan Knorr rake that he just came out with. I'm excited to try that out. Then we got the R&R Products rake, which is tried and true, been my daily driver for the last few years now. And then we have the new kid on the block, which is the Rassenrakel, which comes all the way from Germany. So we're going to take a look at the build quality of each one. Then we're going to test them out in the field, and we're going to see which one of these rakes hails as king. So one of the most important factors when buying new equipment, and I feel like a lot of people tend to overlook this, is where the product is made. So first up, we're going to take a look at this R&R Products rake. I actually called R&R Products and asked them exactly where their rake was made, because on their website it didn't explicitly say. And they said that their head is manufactured in America and that the handle was imported, but they wouldn't exactly tell me from where. So I'm going to assume it's probably imported from China. All right, next up we have the Ryan Knorr rake over here. And I took a look on the Landzie website, which is the manufacturer who makes this rake. And it doesn't say anywhere on the website where the rake is made. I emailed them twice already and I still haven't heard back from them to see where it's actually made from. But judging from the paint job and the build quality, because it just kind of feels like creaky, then I'm going to assume that this is made in China as well. And last up we have the Rassenrakel, which comes all the way from Germany. Like literally they mailed it to me from Germany. And I might be a little biased with German engineering, because my first car that I ever owned when I was 16 years old was a 1999 S320 Mercedes. And that car was like literally bulletproof. And just like the Mercedes, I could tell that this rake has that fine German engineering to it. So over here in Chicago, it's not quite leveling season just yet. It's like 90 degrees outside, grass is not really growing. But what's a comparison video without actually doing a comparison in the field? So we're gonna do some spot leveling today. If a little bit dies off, I have a little bit of a seeding project coming up and we'll be all right. By the way, this is my daughter, Sophia. I love her so much. So over here we have 3 different materials on the ground. We're going to test out all the rakes, and a few of the things that we're going to be on the lookout for is how easy they are to spread the material around, and generally how good they feel to handle. So the first rake that we have up here is the R&R Products rake. I've been using this rake for a long time, and right off the bat, one of the things that I like is it has a really wide head. It's 36 inches. So that really comes in handy when you're trying to get like a smooth, complete flat surface on larger properties. So right now we're going to test it to see how well it pushes material. So as you can see, it's doing a really good job. Almost one pass, all the materials went down into the canopy. So one of the things I really like about the R&R rake is if you look at the head of the rake, you could see that there's no open slots over here where dirt and material can get trapped. So when you go back and forth on the lawn, you know that all that material is getting down into the canopy. Another thing that I really like about this rake is the extra long handle. But something that's really nice about this long handle is you could kind of stand back and take wide open swaths with the rake. So next up we have the Ryan Knorr rake. So one of the things I can tell off the bat from this one is that it just doesn't feel as robust as the R&R Products rake. Let's see how this pushes around material. So as you can see, it did a pretty decent job putting it into the canopy. So I'm going to go back and forth here, try to massage it down. Like I was saying about the build of the R&R, over here it's almost like it has like these angle iron type slots, so you can see that material gets caught up in there. So one thing I noticed about the Ryan Knorr rake is over here in the middle of the handle, it has a potential failure point. I don't know if they did this to save on shipping or what, but over here you have to connect it and spin it on, and there's no type of locking mechanism to hold it in place. So when you push the rake back and forth, there's the potential that it'll come down on loose. So if any of you guys do end up picking up this rake, I would probably Loctite it just to have that extra security so you don't have to worry about it in the middle of your project. All right, so next up we have the Rassenrakel. This one is 32 inches wide, so let's see how it pushes the material. So like the Ryan Knorr rake and a lot of other leveling rakes, it has the pitting over here in the head where the material gets caught up, and I can't say that I'm a big fan of that. I really like how R&R products made it solid so none of the debris could get caught up. So something I find interesting about this rake specifically is if you take a look at the head, it's 32 inches wide, but it's a lot deeper than all the other leveling rakes that I've used. It has a more square shape rather than rectangle, although it is still a rectangle. It's a lot more fatter and deeper than all the other ones. And I think that there's something to that, because when I move it around, it just seems a lot more buttery in the way that it moves. And if I was doing a major leveling project, I would probably bet that it would equal out to a lot more smoother results because of that extra deepness it has. So now we're going to take a look at how much the rakes weigh. It's important that we have a little bit of heft on the head of the rake. If you take a look at any homemade leveling drags online or on YouTube, you'll see a lot of people add cinder blocks to them, and that's because we want to have a firm push against the ground, which will ultimately lead to a much flatter surface when leveling it out. The head of the Ryan Knorr rake weighs just over 4 pounds. All right, so next up we got the Rassenrakel, and the head weighs just over 8 pounds. And last up we have the R&R Products rake, and that weighs just over 7 pounds. So after weighing all the rakes, the R&R Products rake and the Rassenrakel are both substantially heavier than the Ryan Knorr rake. So on the Ryan Knorr website, it says that his rake was powder coated, but when I went to go open the box, I was in for a surprise. When I lift up the handle, if you look in this cardboard right here, you could see where the paint came off of the handle, and it stuck to the cardboard like it was a fresh paint job. And when you feel this rake here, you could just feel all the orange peel in the paint, like they just freshly painted it with spray paint or something. I know Ryan Knorr was using the standard golf level lawn before he started selling this rake, and that was an awesome rake, tried and true. A lot of people had a lot of good success with it, but this new rake that he has is just bad. Actually, scratch that. It's completely unacceptable that they are actually shipping this out to customers given the price point. So when it comes to the build quality of the R&R rake, I think they did a really good job. The head looks like it's made out of this like galvanized steel type of metal, and it really holds up. There hasn't been any rusting or pitting with it, and it's still performing and looks like the day I bought it, and I've already had it for about 3 years now. So the most premium feeling out of all the rakes is definitely the Rassenrakel, which doesn't surprise me because of that German engineering. The rake head is actually made from V2A stainless steel, and I didn't really know what that was, so I had to do some research, and I found out that it's one of the hardest stainless steels on the market. Actually, it's so hard and tough that they need a special big machine just to cut through it. And another benefit of it being a high quality stainless steel is you don't ever have to worry about it rusting. So by now you probably realize my least favorite rake was this Ryan Knorr rake, but that doesn't mean it can't potentially help one of you guys. So in the spirit of giving, just like in my last leveling rake video that I did on the cheapest leveling rake on Amazon, we're going to give this bad boy away. All you have to do is drop a comment below. Tell me a little bit about your future leveling project that you have coming up this season or next season. Now we're going to give it away on Monday, September 6th, which is Labor Day. On Instagram Live, we're going to do a random comment generator to pick one of the comments. And if you're the winner, I'll respond back to your comment. I'll send you my email, and I'll get this bad boy shipped out to you. Oh, and PSA, I bought this leveling rake with my own money. This giveaway is not sponsored by anybody. I'm giving it away on my own accord. Good luck.